Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another round of Modern. We have Victor Torres playing Blue-White Hammer, aka Chip Hammer, versus Christian Fuller, who's on Amulet Titan. Vic's going to go first. We're going to Seek Rum Coast into a Steel Shaper's Gift, grabbing a Colossus Hammer. Both of these decks are honestly really good. They have been for a while, right? We know this. Alright, Arboreal Grays are coming down. My favorite green 1-drop of all time. Potentially the best green 1-drop of all time. If you're on Twitter and watching the ongoing discussion between the pro players right now, or more known players, I should say. I don't know if all of them are quote-unquote pro players, if there even are pro players anymore. But our Royal Graves is going to put that Urza Saga into play. Alright. I apologize if I sound a little nasally. As you may know, the spring season has started, and I am getting bodied by allergies already. It's a fantastic time. Alright. So Victor's going to tap 2 and play a Pure Steel Paladin here. Pure Steel, if you don't know, is a 2-mana 2-2 that has a pretty cool ability on it. When an equipment enters your battlefield, you may draw a card. And if you have 3 or more equipment on the board, or artifacts on the board, all of your equipment gain Metalcrafts for 0, which is pretty sweet. Lets you slide your hammers around, your shadow spears, and then just kill your opponent a lot quicker sometimes than your opponent expects. I think everybody has either been turn 2 killed by hammer or has done it. Unless you use the secret trick of kindly asking your opponent to not have the turn 2 kill. Alright, so we are thinking on a decision here. Now it's interesting. I've played this matchup a lot from Titan's perspective. I think game 1, Hammer is favored, with Titan being favored games 2 and 3. Just because you have more impactful sideboard cards as Titan against Hammer than Hammer does against Titan. So you have stuff like Force of Vigor, an extra copy of Siege, Engineered Explosives, a lot of stuff you can just like set them back a turn, and that's really all you need usually in order just to pop off with Titan. Meanwhile, Hammer, now I don't know about the new Hammer lists, but I know like I've had people bring in Hushbringer against me, and that's really good. But that doesn't prevent, like, the Valakut line. I don't know if there's terribly many things. I know they sideboard Lavinia sometimes, too. The Azorius Renegade. I don't think that does very much. Alright, so we got a Pierce to Pound coming down, as well as a Springleaf Drum, and then a Colossus Hammer, which is going to allow him to draw 2 cards here, which is pretty sweet. If you ever cast a Hammer, you know, activate Pot of Greed. Alright, so Christian here is going to have to pop his Urza Saga, pick up a Boros Garrison, not the land you want to have in your hand. Unless that's a Gruul Turf, but I'm pretty sure that's... I can't tell. If that's a white box? Nah, it's Boros Garrison, okay. Everybody who's played the Slayer Stronghold version of Amulet is the struggle of drawing the Boros Garrison when you don't want it. Just like Cultivator Colossus is a great time, because you can put it back into play, but... man, is it a thing. Not too sure what he grabbed there. Could be an Amulet of Vigor, probably is an Amulet, but could also be an Expedition map, depending on the rest of his hand and what he wants to chain together. Or if he wants to try and find a Titan. Whew. I imagine it's Amulet. Christian currently just trying to put blockers on the board. I'm gonna put a Growth Chamber to play, pick up that forest. That means it was an Amulet. Cool. I'm going to play Flood Strand for turn. That's 2 mana for a Stoneforge Mystic. This is going to go and get... I think I saw a second hammer in his hand, so I imagine it's going to get Shadow Spear.
Stratosphere. And then I'll fetch while I'm at it, so.
Cracked his fetch as well. Yep, grab the Shadow Sphere. Because now he can Shadow Sphere, draw 2, play the other Colossus Hammer, draw 2 as well, and just stack everything up onto one Pure Steel Paladin.
Cast Shadow Sphere?
Sure.
Triggers?
Yep.
I'll attempt to equip here.
Sure.
And I'll attempt to equip here.
Sure.
Alright, I'm gonna equip the Shadow Spear to the spear and the hammer to the Pure Steel Paladin. So currently we have a 23-23.
Hammer?
Sure.
Or 13, yeah. I can math. Alright, here comes the other hammer. Here comes a third Colossus Hammer. Oh god. If you've ever wanted to make sure your opponent's dead, attack them with a 33-33 trample lifelinker.
Here. Here. Combat.
Yep.
Putting it on the other Pierce to Paladin, just shimming it around, and going to attack, and that is definitely going to be game. Victor is going to take game 1 with Hammer. We will be right back, folks, with game 2 in just a second. Alright, folks, we are back with game 2. We have Christian on the play. Let's see what he got. There's a Windswept Heath, hanging Amulet of Vigor out. Imagine he's just getting a Forest. I don't know if he's playing any Shockland at the moment, but not really a reason to shock one in, so. There's a Plains into an Esper Sentinel and an Ornithopter. It's a pretty good start for both players, honestly. Is a Castle Garenbrig into an Arboreal Grazer. Going to put a Valakut into play. It's going to untap because of the Amulet. And that is a pretty good start for Christian. He's going to have access to 6 mana next turn if he has a bounce land in hand, which I think I just saw as Selesnya Sanctuary.
I'll fetch for a Plains.
Alright, fetch here, play out a Pure Steel Paladin.
And I am done.
Cards in hand? 3.
Yeah.
I'll besiege you to blow up the Esper.
Alright, we're going to,
Alright,
in the end step, besiege you the Esper Sentinel here, which is going to allow Victor to be able to go into his deck and get a land of a basic typing, which means he can go get a Hollow Fountain if he would like to, and he can either shock it in or put it in tapped. But if he gets a basic, he can just put it in without issue.
So I get a basic land?
A land of a basic type.
Besiege you
You
who
get a
endures
You
a
can have a
wildly strong card.
Anything, yeah.
Very fun to play with.
Yeah, you get that.
Imagine not the most fun to play against, depending on your strategy. But
It comes into play tap?
You shock it in.
it is what it is.
I'll play it in tap.
Draw.
Yep.
Summoner's Pact.
We're going to summon this pack too. I was saying, and we did that, or he did that way he doesn't have to pay an extra mana to make sure Victor doesn't draw a card.
Bounce land.
Alright, so let's do Sanctuary, it's going to put 2 mana.
Castle Garenbrig. Play Titan.
Or make 2 mana, activate Castle Garenbrig, make 6 mana.
Okay. So it puts.
If you don't know what Castle Gambling does, is if you can pay green and two colorless, you can
Okay.
Cast the Titan.
So do you have? Oh,
tap
do you,
Gambling
okay,
to make
4.
6 green.
Trigger.
You can only use that green on creature spells or creature activated abilities, which is the other one. Alright, so we're going to go get Boris Garrus and Slayer Stronghold. This is going to give +2 Vigilance and Haste.
Vigilance. I'm gonna pick this guy up. And I'm gonna move to combat.
Yep.
Swing 8.
And attack in for 8 here. Get 2 more triggers.
I get another Besiju.
Okay.
Pick it up with the bounce land.
Alright.
And you get Simic Grove Chamber and another Besiju, which will allow him to pick up the Besiju. It allows it to act as a removal spell for any potential kill that Victor has here.
And pass the blocks.
No box.
And it's your turn after that.
Okay, the draw for turn. Or is the Saga coming down? To cast a Cigar's Aid.
Sure.
Combat.
Attack in with the Ornithopter there.
I'll block with the Razor.
What's flying, right?
Crispin's going to block with the Grazer.
Yeah, sorry,
Because
I can get
the O3 does in fact have reach.
Flash is 10. Trigger.
Yeah.
Alright, so I'll just gain 1.
Yep.
And pass turn.
I will pay.
Right, Crispin's going to untap. I'm going to pay for Pact here, that way he does not lose the game. The gross draw would be if he picked up Dryad or Summon Respect.
I'll play this. I'm gonna pick up the forest.
Yeah, with a Celestial Sanctuary, pick up the Forest.
Move to combat.
Imagine we're just going to attack in here and then go get Sun Home to give the Titan double strike. Alright, potentially deciding on Valakut here. Alright, not for the Valakut. Could get Crumbling Vestige, that way you only have to use the Boris Garrison and the Crumbling.
Gonna get
Alright, grabs a Blessing.
and a Sun Home.
It's another layer of protection.
It's kind of like EE, kind of.
Because even though while popping it, I'm pretty sure it would blow up Christian's 1-drops, it's just, he has a Titan on the board already, so it doesn't matter.
Double strike for 4 mana.
Alright, good.
Alright, we're going to pick it up. Christian's going to take game 2, and we will be right back, folks, with game 3. Alright, folks, we are back with game 3. We have Vic on the play with that Hollowed Fountain. Christian's going to draw. Interestingly, not playing the Ornithopter. Alright. Crispin's got a Radiant Fountain of the Game 2 life, playing a Amulet of Vigor. Sounds like a pretty good start to me. Ooh. Coffee does not taste great. Alright, we're going to fetch out a Plains here with that Flooded Strand. Going down to 19. They had a Pure Steel Paladin and an Ornithopter coming down.
And pass on.
Alright. Plays out that second copy of Amulet of Vigor. Not the place you want to be if you're sitting across the table from Amulet. Alright, there's a Valakut coming in, making a mana. Playing out an Expedition map. Depending on on what Christian has in hand, this could be a very disgusting next turn. Alright, there's a Mem Knight, and a Pure Steel Paladin, and a Colossus Hammer.
Attempt to clip here.
Gonna slide that hammer onto the Ornithopter.
Yeah, that's fine.
Combat.
Gonna crack in for 12 here.
Swing.
We'll put Christian to 10.
I'll go to 10.
That's the scary thing about hammer. Like, you're always just one hammer away from dying.
Pass turn.
Alright, 2 mana gonna crack that Expedition map. See what we're picking up here. Simic Growth Chamber.
I'll make 4 mana.
Alright, we're going to make 4 mana here off the Simic Growth Chamber, picking it back up. There's a Dryad in his hand.
Go down to green, blue.
Ooh, but playing the Outroger is the first. Alright, going down from 4 to 3. This is going to put us to 7.
So I got 7 floating.
In some configuration of green and blue.
Down to 4 mana.
There's a Dryad going down to 4.
I will
Goes up to 8 with this land drop.
make another 4. Yeah, make another.
What's floating right now?
Green, 3 green, 4 blue. Yep. Untap. So that'll be another green.
Another 4.
Yep, yep. And then I'm gonna pick up this Radiant Fountain.
Alright, picks up the
So I've got
Radiant
a
Fountain.
total of 4 plus 7 is 11. Some respect.
We're going to Pact here. He's got 8 mana. I think there's two ways you can do this. Depending on how many lands you have, you just go for Cultivator Colossus and then just spin the wheels and hope you either find you know, enough lands to give Valakut online, but I feel like he has that already, and the math should be high that he gets there. But Crispin's not the biggest fan of Cultivator, or the other way around. Cultivator doesn't seem to like him very much. There's a high chance that he just, you know, doesn't play it anymore. Alright, grabs a Valakut and a Slayer Stronghold, which will allow him to make red-white because of Dryad of the Elysian Grove, and then you can give the Titan haste and vigilance.
Okay.
With the remaining floating mana, I'm gonna cast Force of Vigor.
Alright, he's going to
The Midnight and the Hammerball.
And what do they do?
They just get destroyed.
Force of Vigor.
Move to combat.
Yep.
I guess my mana count was wrong on how much mana he had floating. Though I don't think it really matters. Going to attack a Titan. Should just get Sun Home and Boros Garrison. Ooh. Though just going the Valakut burn route's also just perfectly fine. It's enough damage.
I get a Vesuva. And a Winslow Key. I'm gonna have the Vesuva come in as a copy of the Valakut. And so I'm gonna have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 Valakut triggers.
Alright, that's going to be 18 damage off of Valakut
Because
triggers.
they're all mountains because of Dryad.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, sorry, yeah. Yeah, he makes everything every type.
Giving Dryad a quick little read, because it is a confusing card.
Alright, good game.
Good games, good games.
Alright, and Vic's going to scoop it up. Christian's going to take it 2-1 with Amulet Titan over Blue-White Hammer Time. Thank you for watching, folks. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and all that fun stuff. I greatly appreciate each and every one of you. Have a great rest of your day. The screen went black. Oh no.